And right now I want to head up to Washington, D.C., take a live look over the White House, where right now President Biden is facing increased pressure to name a nominee after the retirement of liberal-leaning Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. And tonight, a third-ranking House Democrat, South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn, is backing a federal judge from his home state of South Carolina to replace Breyer. In a Queen City News exclusive, our Alicia Barnes goes one-on-one with the congressman.
Congressman Clyburn, thank you so much for being here with us. Well, mere hours after Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer announced his retirement, Congressman, you threw your support behind federal judge Michelle Childs. Why was that?
I do believe that Judge Childs has the background, work experience, the life experiences that would allow her to be an outstanding Supreme Court justice.
Let's talk about support from Republicans. I know that you've reached out to Senator Tim Scott and also Senator Lindsey Graham. They're not saying that they would support her in terms of confirmation.
I would say this: when she went up to be a federal district judge, Lindsey Graham voted for her. And so did, in fact, I think he introduced her. And Jim DeMint, much more conservative than Tim Scott, he voted for her.
You know, I remember the primary when President Joe Biden was trying to be able to win South Carolina, and there was a moment where he made a big announcement, and that was to put a black female justice on the highest court. And you had a part in that. Kind of explain that to us, and that I just can remember the sound of the cheers.
Well, as you know, you were living in Columbia at the time. You knew, I guess still know, if not all three of my daughters, I know you know one or two of them.
Yes.
And they were telling me that one of the simmering underlying currents in this campaign was the fact that African-American women were having a very big problem with whether or not they were receiving the kind of respect that they needed to receive from the Democratic Party. So I decided that I would do something about that. And so when I sat down with then candidate Biden and told him that I was going to be supportive of his candidacy, and I wanted to make an endorsement that I would hope would be create the kind of surge he needed. But I thought there were some things that needed to be done. And one of them was to make putting a black woman on the Supreme Court a part of his campaign. That was the biggest applause of the night. The biggest applause of the night.
This is a battle for the soul of the United States of America.
And even after that, I'm told, and I've heard from recent reporting, that some of his staff advised him not to do that, not to say that, that would look like he's pandering, maybe even backfire.
And not everybody is happy about his statement of saying that he's going to put a black female justice on the highest court. And some people are calling this reverse discrimination. How do you answer that?
Every time you point a black person to anything, it's reverse discrimination. When John West appointed me to run the Human Affairs Commission, he was sued, and I was sued. Reverse discrimination. No black person heading up a state agency in South Carolina, but when I get appointed, it was reverse discrimination. That is the story of our lives. And it's also been the story of Michelle's life for a long, long time.
Congressman Clyburn, thank you so much for joining us and giving us some insight as to how there might be a connection to the Carolinas on the state's highest court.